Since the dawn of mankind, we have gazed upon a sky full of stars. Astronomy is one of the oldest sciences, and one of the oldest uses of astronomy was navigating by the stars. Our knowledge dates from prehistoric times. Even certain animals use the stars for navigation. Normally, about 2,500 individual stars are visible to the naked eye. However, due to light pollution, we actually see just 200 to 300 stars from our suburbs, and less than a dozen from our typical modern-day cities. There are just a few locations left on Earth where we can still see our galaxy, the Milky Way, with our own eyes. Complete darkness and a starry sky are becoming a rare sight to behold. In some parts of the world, stars are hardly visible anymore. One of the countries least affected by light pollution, however, is Iceland. Vatnajökull National Park is one of 3 national parks in Iceland. It covers all of the Vatnajökull glacier, as well as vast surrounding areas. Vatnajökull is Europe's largest glacier outside of the Arctic region, with a surface area of approximately 8,000 square kilometers. There are several waterfalls in the national park, with Svartifoss being one of the most popular sites. It's surrounded by dark lava columns that give rise to its name, which means Black Waterfall in Icelandic. The highest peak of Vatnajökull is the 2,110-meter high Hvannadalshnjúkur. It is often covered in clouds, but on a clear day, it can be a majestic sight to see. There are also various outlet glaciers to be found within the national park. One of the most famous and easily accessible is Svínafjallsjökull. Outlet glaciers are valley glaciers that originate in ice sheets, ice caps, and ice fields. They move in a singular direction that is determined by the underlying landscape. Dettifoss is said to be the most powerful waterfall in Europe. The falls are 100 meters wide, with a drop of 44 meters, and as much as 1 million liters of water tumbles over the edge at any given second. Hljóðaklettur, another attraction in the park, are a unique group of crater plugs, the remains of ancient volcanoes that have been heavily eroded by a powerful glacial river. They create all kinds of patterns: swirls, spirals, rosettes, and honeycombs. The Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon is one of Iceland's most popular tourist destinations. Situated at the head of the Breiðamerkurjökull Glacier, it developed into a lake after the glacier began to recede from the edge of the Atlantic Ocean in the early 20th century. The lake has since deepened and grown at increasing rates because of the melting of the glaciers. On average, the ice cap is 400 to 500 meters thick, while some parts of it are up to 950 meters thick. There are countless ice caves of all shapes and sizes in Vatnajökull Glacier. Ice caves are formed by meltwater streams, carving labyrinths in the bases of glaciers. They usually have crystal clear, translucent walls that emit a beautiful blue light. The mountain range, Kverkfjöll, is situated on the edge of the northern side of the glacier. The mountains contain some of the most active volcanoes within the national park. Close to Kverkfjöll, just north of the ice cap, is the newly formed Holuhraun lava field. Holuhraun is a site of the volcanic eruption which began on August 29, 2014. The eruption produced a lava field of more than 85 square kilometers, making it the largest eruption in Iceland since 1783. During the summer months, the sun barely ever dips below the horizon in Iceland. This phenomena, known as the midnight sun, prevents stars from being visible, resulting in seemingly endless sunsets and sunrises. In August, the sun finally starts to set again, and with each day that passes, darkness is increased by approximately 6 minutes. The national park has hardly been affected by light pollution at all, making it an excellent location for watching the stars illuminate the heavens. The stars, once complete, become suns, just like our own sun, only much further away. The stars are so far away that we measure their distances in light years, the distance a ray of light travels in a year. 1 light year is an unimaginably far distance. From the national park, the closest star visible to the naked eye is Sirius, about 8.7 light years away. You can see it just below the famous constellation of Orion, the Hunter. A relative neighbor, by astronomical standards, it would take a spacecraft from Earth more than 160,000 years to travel there. All the stars visible in the night sky belong to our home galaxy, the Milky Way. In Icelandic, the Milky Way is actually called the Winter Way, and no wonder, since it can only be seen during the dark months of winter. Visible as a faint and hazy band of light that crosses the sky, our galaxy is home to some 400 billion suns. Look closely, and you'll see that the Milky Way is not a steady band. Here and there, dark patches block the light from background stars. These are actually vast clouds of cold, dark gas and dust, remnants of suns long gone, ingredients for future suns and, perhaps, even life. Stars are born from these nebulae, and when they do, they shine a new light into the cosmos in large groups called star clusters. Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, is one of the most famous and easily recognizable clusters in the winter sky. More often than not, sky watchers are treated to an unforgettable celestial display. With its dark and pristine skies, far away from any light pollution, Vatnajökull National Park is the perfect location to enjoy the view. Astronauts lucky enough to stay on the space station, orbiting some 400 kilometers above the Earth's surface, have an otherworldly view of the Northern Lights. How do these elusive lights actually form? everything boils down to our own star. Our sun is a churning orb of superheated plasma. In the sun, the plasma is so hot, it strips atoms of electrons. But some electrons manage to escape the sun's gravitational pull into space. This gives birth to the solar wind, a vast and fast-moving cloud of charged particles that cross the gulf between the sun and the Earth in only 2 to 4 days. When the solar wind impacts the Earth's magnetic field, it's funneled towards the polar regions. At the edge of space, roughly 100 kilometers above the surface of Earth, these particles of the solar wind interact with, or excite, atoms and molecules of oxygen and nitrogen. And when these atoms and molecules get excited, they glow. The faint green glow of oxygen is most commonly seen. During intense aurora storms, hues of violet and red from nitrogen lower in the atmosphere make for a very impressive show. Dancing to the rhythm of the solar wind, the northern lights mesmerize and inspire. Enjoying this heavenly beauty in the majestic Vatnajökull National Park, perhaps next to a glacier, a volcano, or a waterfall, is an unforgettable experience. So take your time and gaze upwards to cherish the pristine night sky of Iceland. Witness the beauty above, below, and all around you with the wonders of Vatnajökull National Park.